Good morning. Oh, hey. Who's this? So, going back to Jim's, grabbing the team. Did you see that rock outcropping here at the top of the hill? It was pretty cool.
What I got for you.
What do you got for me? What do you mean? You got me breakfast? Hey, did you see I went and got you breakfast this morning? What the beep? Did you pick those? Will you hold it for a second so I can eat one? All right, I'm gonna try one. Hold on.
Oh, they're really good.
This little guy brought me breakfast. Give me a couple of them things. So Jim, where are we at?
We are at Ellen and Bonnie Johnson's blueberry field up on the hill in Robbinston, Maine.
So she owns the property where you're farming now?
Yeah, the sister does, yep.
Okay.
And so Ellen harvested, Bonnie I think owns it. So this is an area that's been mowed last fall, so there's no ripe berries because it didn't flower. And we're gonna walk up to the edge so we don't walk on the blueberries that she'll be harvesting this week. Anything you see, don't worry about here because we can't hurt them. So when she brings bees up, the bears always got them. So she's got an electric fence with a portable battery that keeps the bears out.
Really?
Bees, yeah. I mean, there's bears up here. This is such a magical thing.
There's a lot of red berries.
Now, when you say this is, you know, Ellen's blueberry field, and I see blueberries, did she plant these blueberries?
No, this is just, if you cleared that woods over there, this would come up. They're there waiting for sunlight.
Seriously?
And if you stop managing it, it goes back to woods and they wait for the next fire or the next windstorm or whatever.
They really love that disturbance.
Yeah, they're a disturbance species. So to manage a field organically, you just got to disturb it either with fire or mowing. But look at this. Remember I was telling you the mountain cranberries or lingonberries? Look at this.
Oh, wow. Okay,
They're
can I walk through here?
Sure, oh yeah, this is all fine. She didn't mow this so hard because she wanted the mountain cranberries. They're not ripe, they'll get a lot more, but taste the vitamin C's in that.
Gavin, these blueberries are delicious. Gavin likes
don't worry
blueberries.
about it. These are, she's not going to harvest these. But look at what they're growing on, Pete. Nothing.
Right. So
they're incredible. Look at, I mean, that's just
this is
in the
like
cracks
growing
of the
out
rock.
of a rock outcropping.
Yeah, and they'll get a little sweeter as they get, because you don't want to really pick them until after the frost. But she'll rake these, and she was getting,
They're like so
I think,
small.
like $10 a pint because they're so kind of rare, you know?
Yeah. Are these wild blueberries?
Those are wild blueberries, yep.
Aren't they delicious, Gavin?
I'm like eating all of them.
I bet you can't eat them all.
What?
I bet you can't eat them all.
Probably.
All right, we're not leaving until you turn blue.
So this might be the edge where she stopped. Can you kind of see it? Where the berries are and they aren't?
Oh, from where it was cut? And oh yeah, you can see it right there.
She's only burned it once since I've been here. She mows it every year with a DR. You know what them DR mowers are?
Oh yeah, the walk behind DRs?
So she does this by herself every fall, half of this, 2.5 acres.
Cutting all of this land by herself. Y'all, that's unbelievable.
Oh my god!
So this is, so
Oh, look.
you can pick that
Look
edge,
right here.
Gavin, just don't walk too
So-
deep into it.
What Gavin's freaking out about is the whole ground is covered in blueberries. I noticed we passed that factory. I mean, a lot of those organic blueberries you see in the store where they're coming out of Maine from Wyman, what was that?
Wyman's.
Wyman's.
You know, if Wyman says they're organic, then they are organic. But if they just say wild, they're sprayed and with herbicides and insecticides potentially, and they can still name them wild.
Really?
But if it says organic wild, then it's been certified and they're good.
Oh, whoa, what are you doing? Hey, what do you got?
Blueberry?
Are your lips blue yet?
Almost.
Almost.
Start out purple.
Hey, your skin's turning blue.
You should see.
You better slow down.
I help Ellen, you know, and so when we're cleaning berries, you eat a lot of berries, and I poop blue for a full month. And Ellen's, I don't know, my teeth don't turn as blue, but Ellen's teeth turn blue.
So this is the edge we don't want to encroach. And so they hand harvest this, and we'll be back to see that
Raking.
with the rake.
Yep.
A lot of bending down.
Yep.
They have long rakes, so you don't have to come down here.
They've got different modifieds, but you know, everybody wants machine. You know, there's like these walk behind machines that will pick them up, and then the big guys got these big tractors, conveyor belts, throw them in boxes. So, you know, but you know, the funny thing is, and I shouldn't say funny because a lot of people are going to lose their butt on money. So they've been getting so good at this. So usually a lot of these fields have rocks everywhere, big chunky rocks. And they pay these excavators to move all the rocks out so they can get these big, you know, like 10-foot machines through to harvest quickly, right? Okay, and so this has been going on for about, you know, probably 15 or 20 years. And the production's increasing and increasing and increasing. And last year they had a huge crop, filled up all the freezers, nobody was buying them. This year they're not going to buy. So all these farmers that invested all this time because they overproduced, are going to be out. And the only one that are going to be making money are the small organic growers that are doing fresh pack.
That's crazy.
But that's how our world is. I mean, it always seems to do that. We're so great. I'm not sure. I've never tested it.
This is my dinner. I'm not having anything else except.
So this is a pretty easy system. I mean, no fertilizer, no irrigation. They grow on their own. Why wouldn't you be growing blueberries?
It's a lot of work.
Well, look at these.
I guess the harvesting.
The harvesting, the packing, to get it into people's bellies. Some years, she actually left some in the field last year, she said, because she couldn't find enough buyers for them. But so she extended the season, whereas most commercial growers, they're in and out and done, you know, in 1 or 2 days.
So Jim, you just said that she will actually harvest this field by knowing which area is ripened first, huh?
Yep.
How about working the land, huh?
Yeah, there's microclimates here that, you know, and cultivars too. You know, there's, like I say, I wish I could walk across that, but see, walking across this will destroy the berries, so she doesn't like you to do that, and I don't blame her.
Look at those berries.
But there is actually, you know, I think I raked and, you know, got a pint of each of 5 or 6 different colored berries. There's blueberries that are pink that are ripe. There's blueberries that are white that are ripe. There's black blueberries that are ripe. There's black blueberries with bloom on them that are ripe. Oh, there's these silver berries that are incredibly sweet, but if you hit them with a rake, they blow up, so they make messy berries.
Oh my gosh.
You know, and that's all within this ecosystem that's developed, you know, and just by letting it be how it is, you know, it's got a resiliency because there's so much diversity here, whereas that across the road is, you know, pretty much a monoculture because they're spraying and firing it and remove the rock so they could harvest easy.
We should have talked about that on the way in a little more. Tell us about that one more time so I don't have to stop back over there. So
about what?
The property across the street you had pointed out when we came up.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's just a flat, everything's berries, and it's been mowed or burned and sprayed with, for sure, a herbicide called Valpar. It's a grass. I mean, that one's done pretty good, but for a rake to go through with grass, it makes it hard on the berries because it squishes them. So they want to get rid of all the grass, but the Valpar doesn't hurt the blueberries, so they spray it. It's kind of like, you know, 2,4-D in a grass system. It'll take out the broadleaves. So, and then a few years ago, this pest came in. It's a fruit fly that they're all freaking out about, and they're spraying Guthion, which is a form of malathion, a little worse. Oh. You know, and aerial spraying some still because they see a big crop and we'll do whatever we have to say it. So you know, they're spraying people with it. Because a crop dusting spraying is not very specific.
No, that's no way to fix the problem either.
Mm-mm. Well, the funny thing is that, you know, we were talking about this over harvesting, right? You know, that they had too many berries and they can't sell them, so they're not going to, the buyers isn't buying this year. So all these guys are going to have to let their fields sit. If that fruit fly had come in and taken out a bunch of berries, then they'd have a crop, you know, because there'd be less.
Yeah.
Who would think, you know, but... So nature was helping them, and they were trying to stop it.
There we go again, huh? Problem is a solution.
Blueberry.
Boy, these are good.
They are delicious. So we could just hang out here all day.
It's a very good summer.
Everybody's just kind of hanging out, geeking right now.
Have a blueberry lunch.
Lunch? What are we eating for lunch in Maine? There's no restaurants, but there's blueberries.
It's very delicious.
I love it, Gav. I'm scared to sit. I think I'll smush some blueberries.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole bunch.
Go through on my knees, and I always got blue knees.
And blue knees.
But the nice thing about this is, like the commercial grows, when they used to have hand harvesting, you know, it was a pretty much brutal thing. You'd go for 10 hours because you get paid by the box. Oof. So the more you rake, but how Ellen does it, she only sells, you know, they call it fresh pack, so she put them in quarts, selling them fresh, not to the factory. So you'll go out here and rake for 3 or 4 hours, go home and winnow them and then process them. So it's not this like drudging, you know, where you're just, oh. It's like you do a little of this, a little of that, and then you go sell them, come back, do it again.
Yeah. The berries aren't going anywhere, huh?
Not if, you know, yeah, they'll hold a lot.
So here we are, people growing blueberries in Florida, where blueberries don't want to grow, and they're hard to grow. And they require all kinds of special soil, and here this is where they want to grow, obviously.
Yep, all you got to do is give them light.
Right species, yeah.
And I wouldn't doubt Florida's going to run into the same situation as I just talked about here. Then, they keep adding land and adding land and adding land in production. Either it's going to be a pest or some kind of market thing that's going to crash it.
100%. Yeah, let me look what happened to citrus. I tell people that all the time. Everybody's just overplanting blueberries now like it's the next best thing, but
it is.
The next best monoculture.
Best problem. Yeah.
Just like the strawberries. Wind blows the leaves out.
And the light berries. Look at the light berries.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And then the light ones are just landing down here. They're still edible, just not. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So these are light. Yeah, these are lighter berries, so even those will go out.
The red ones are lighter, so they come out?
What? If you don't, they used to just dump them in here, and I imagine they got a bunch of stuff, but she's taught me everything I know about winnowing, so she's the expert.
There's 3 things that can be controlled: the speed of the wind, the speed of the belt, and the tilt of the belt.
Nice. They don't make them like this anymore, do they?
So in the old style, everybody did it the same way and just dumped them in here, and they winnowed out the leaves, and they went to the factory and got frozen, so it didn't matter. But there's people that have been tweaking the machines, and I went and learned from a guy that told me all the different things you can do to make it. He gets clean ones right from the bottom here, but I still clean them all.
Yeah, you found that old school knowledge though, huh?
Well, I don't know if these were originally intended for fresh pack. Maybe.
I don't know. Did they do a lot of fresh pack back in the day? I don't either.
You call this fresh pack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Premium price for a premium product. Fresh out of the field. No squish berries. She's known for her blueberries all over this county. Actually, the state. She made the Portland paper last year because she brought lingonberries too, or 2 years ago.
Wow.
And we saw the lingonberries when we were out there.
Yeah, we gathered.
Yeah. But this takes time. Winnow is like the old guys, they used to throw it up in the air, the Indians, to get the chaff out of the wild rice.
Yeah.
So this is a machine that does it.
Wow.
And again, there's no salary here for me or wages, hourly. We keep track of hours and then
trade time for time, right?
Time for time, yeah, and I love that. She's trained me well on this, so she values my skills here, and she's a great canner, and I can't can or don't got the facilities either.
So this is where you get your berries canned?
Yep, she's got a commercial kitchen, so I can actually sell them retail in Florida. Because cottage you can't. Because that's, rights couldn't sell them, but they can sell them.
Licensed commercial kitchen in here? No way!
Yeah, well, she's a baker.
Whoa.
So that was a perfect example. That's a different clone. It's a blackberry, but it's still a blueberry. That's the same. It's a blueberry, but it doesn't have the bloom on it. It's not blue. And it tastes really good. I think we got 6 different clones out in her field. They're wild certified berries. And if you buy Wyman's wild blueberries, they're sprayed highly.
What?
But if you buy Wyman's wild organic blueberries, they're organic, so they're not sprayed. But there's most of them. There's very few out there that are organic.
Are they treating the field while the blueberries are in?
Yeah, they didn't. It's got away from that because they haven't had much for insect pests. But there's a new one showed up a few years ago, and they're freaking out about that. So they were actually spraying with blueberries in the field. Mostly it's a herbicide called Velpar that keeps the grass down, and that's sprayed when the berries aren't present. So it's not like actually sprayed on the berry. But the Guthion for the blueberry maggot is sprayed on the berry.
Still?
I think young berry. I don't know. I don't know enough about it, but I know I don't want to have anything